Hey everybody, it's me again, Moody Boo, and I'm back with another 8 great perfumes. And this one is on boozy perfumes. So I've got 8 perfumes in 4 categories, and they're not evenly distributed. I have like 3 in the rum, I think 3 in the cognac, 1 in the whiskey, and 1 in the tequila. So I figured I just would go ahead and start with the rum. And the first one is I just have a decant, but once I'm done with this, I'm getting a full bottle. And that's Kilian Black Phantom. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It's rum and it's chocolate and there's some caramel in there and some coffee. And it's a very rich, dark kind of winter perfume. I might even wear this on a summer night. It's just the way I roll. And it's beautiful. Performance is great on this one. It's a gorgeous perfume, just sweet, boozy, little coffee. It's almost a little spicy, got a little kick to it, Gorgeous stuff. Kilian Black Phantom. Next up. The next perfume I'm going to talk about is by Viktoria Minya, and that's Hedonist. This is a beautiful perfume. Now it's crazy because the top note is peach, but I don't get peach. I get a thick, syrupy kind of a fruit, but the way it blends with the other notes, because there's, of course, some rum in there, and I think there's a little osmanthus in there, and there's some tobacco in there. And when it combines, I get kind of a butterscotch vibe to it. It really does to me. It's kind of a fruity, it's like one of those butter rum lifesavers. But if you made it a little fruitier than that, that's what it reminds me of, is a fruity butter rum lifesaver. Because if I could smell a thick, sweet, rich, syrupy peach, then I might like the note of peach better, but I have yet to find that. And I don't get it with this. I get a fruity butter rum lifesaver. That's what I get. Performance isn't very good on this. I have a sample of the Absolute, her new release of this, and the performance is much better. Even with a dab or sample, it's much better performer than this is with a spray. So I might have to get a big bottle of that because I really do love this. I just don't wear it much because it doesn't last. Look at the little gems in there. Ah, very cool. Anyway, next up. The next one I'm going to talk about is by Bellario, and this is Dolcelisir. Or Dolcelisir? Dolcelisir. Am I putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable? I don't know. I'm saying Dolcelisir. This is a beautiful perfume. It's a very boozy, spicy, almost gourmand. It has a little hint of amber narguilé in there, just a bit. Oh, and when it dries down, you get a little tonka and a little coffee, and it's almost gourmand. It's so close that it gets shocked by the fence, seriously. But it doesn't quite make the gourmand. Performance on this is really good. The price is really good. This used to be a thing like 10 years ago. And then I think people kind of forgot about it and moved on to other things. But this is a beautiful perfume. You really should check it out. And like I said, performance is really good on it too. It's a beauty. Anyway, this is the last perfume in my rum category. Now moving on to whiskey. All right, next up. So the next perfume I'm going to talk about is by Nasomatto, and that's Baraonda. And this is a beautiful boozy perfume. It's all whiskey and there's some woods in there and there's a touch of floral and it's a little sweet and it's almost resinous. It's got a thickness to it that reminds me of a slumber house creation or something like that, because I'll tell you, Nasomatto, they make some serious perfumes. And I thought they were going the wayside there for a while, but it looks like they're not. And I'm very happy. Performance on this is crazy. All of these are very unisex, in my opinion. Hedonist would probably be considered the most feminine, if you will, of all of them. But I think I would love to smell it on a man. So anyway, next up. So the next one I'm going to talk about is by a favorite house of mine, 4160 Tuesdays. And this is Captured by Candlelight. Now this is just a gorgeous toffee and cognac, and there's some fruits in there and some woods. And it's just this, it's like a sweet hug. It's the most comforting perfume. More than once I've sprayed this on my pillow instead of wearing it myself. And it's so pretty. It's almost edible. But it doesn't quite make it into the gourmand category, in my opinion. Even with all of that toffee in there, it's still mature. It's sophisticated. It's very unisex. So it's really close to being gourmand. But I just don't feel like it quite gets there because of the booze and some of the other notes. Oh, it's a beauty. And the toffee kind of mellows out after the first hour or so to where more of the boozy notes, the fruits, the woods, there's a little bit of honey, beeswax in there. You get more of that in the dry down. So gorgeous stuff. Just beautiful. All right, next up. So the next one I'm going to talk about is by another favorite house, Opus Oils, and this is Mojo. I kind of touched upon it in my massive perfume collection video, and I'll talk more about it during the house review when I do an Opus Oil house review. So I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but this is just a tobacco cognac. I think there's some whiskey in there. There's some honey. It's sweet. It's boozy. It's got some woods in there. It's, I think some women would think that it's a little on the masculine side, but I adore it. I wear it. I will buy another bottle when this one's out. It's a beautiful boozy perfume. Performance is fairly good on it. It's, I'd say about 8 hours, and about arm's length. Comes a little closer after about 2-3 hours, but it's really good stuff. Opus Oils, her perfumes are super reasonable, and you really should check her out. Check them out. Check it out. Next. So the next one is Krigler's Established Cognac, and I've kind of touched upon this one before too. This one I found out about from Tom Barber, who was my favorite perfume reviewer. He really helped me feel like I could do this. I miss him so much. I wish he was back. And he's the one that turned me on to this. And it's this beautiful cognac and caramel. And there's some apple in there and some woods. And it's sweet. It's boozy. It's woody. It's gorgeous. Performance is average. It's not great on it as far as lasting power goes, but it's worth it. It's gorgeous perfume. Krigler is an amazing house out in New York. Next up. So the last one I'm going to talk about is tequila as a note. And this is one of my favorite Bond number 9s, and that's Coney Island. It gets so much hate, and I don't understand it at all. This is a magnificent, like a very top shelf margarita. Oh, and it dries down. You get a little woods in there. You get a little musk, and it's got a little bit of sweetness and some citrus, and of course tequila. It is amazing, and performance on this is crazy. This was my first Bond number 9. I always do this. I always say that, and then I think, was it? Yes, this was my very first Bond number 9, and I haven't looked back. I will purchase a third bottle. This is my second bottle, so you can tell how much I hate it. Been through a bottle and a half in about 8 years. I know, but I have a lot of perfumes. So if this was my signature scent, this would be my 10th bottle. I love this stuff. Love it. I don't understand why there's so much hate about Coney Island. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite spring summer perfumes of all time. It is amazing. Do I get compliments on it? No, I never have gotten a single compliment on it, but I don't care. It is incredible. I love Coney Island. Love Coney Island. So that's it for my 8 great perfumes, boozy perfumes. And I'll be back. You know I will. I'm like a pimple on your butt you just can't get rid of. All right. I don't know what that was. Oh my God. It's been a long day. Peace.